My name's Henry Doyle, and I'm with
Haley Weaver.
And today we have Giraffe Head.
On the giraffe, we have these structures, and a lot of people think they're horns, but they're not horns. They're called ossicones. And the difference between an ossicone and a horn is where they develop from. So horns, we're going to see those develop on the frontal bones. Ossicones are going to develop on the parietal and frontal suture lines. Males typically have a third ossicone. Females, you might see a smaller one. But for males, we're going to see no hair on the tips of them, and females, we're going to see those hair tufts there.
We have another phenomenal fact about the ossicones, and it is coming from our very own Marky. Marky! What is it about the ossicones, Marky?
So, when they are born, their ossicones are not attached to the skull.
Wow.
They are in fact laid flat so that there is no damage
flat.
whenever the babies are born.
That is amazing. And then they fuse. Thank you so much, Marky. That was the greatest fact I have ever heard. Thank you so much, Marky. That was amazing. There are 4 giraffe species. We have the reticulated giraffe. We have the Maasai giraffe species, and then we have the northern and southern species. They have distinct markings on their skin. You can tell the difference between all of them, and we love them all. Every giraffe has a specific fur pattern to them, much like our fingerprints. Their fingerprints are their fur. That's interesting.
They are ruminants, similar to our cow. So we have a rumen over here. It's not from a giraffe, but it's very similar. We have 4 compartments. We're going to have on the left side of the animal our giant rumen here. Then we have our reticulum, which is most notably by the honeycomb epithelium. And then we'll have our omasum, which has all these folds and our leaves. And then our true stomach is our abomasum, which is right here. And that's the most similar to our stomach that we have.
When we think about stomachs, we think about glandular digestion, which is when you have glands that secrete acid, and then that's how we break down food. That happens in our stomach, but their glandular digestion happens in the abomasum. Right here in the rumen, they have a crazy number of microbes that eat the food for them. The metabolites, when they break down that food, then goes to the host, which would be, in this case, the lovely giraffe, and then that's how the giraffe gets energy. They have bacteria that eat their food for them, and that's how they get energy. They slurp down food, they slurp it down real quick, it goes into the reticulum, it goes in there, and then they regurgitate it all the way up that long neck, and then they chew on their cud and swallow it again, and then give it to the microbes.
We all know that giraffes have very long necks, and a lot of people think that they evolved for that for food, but some research has shown they actually don't eat at the highest point of the tree. So why do they need the long necks? Well, they use those long necks for fighting purposes. They use the neck and the ossicones for fighting.
We all know that giraffes have long necks, and there's something present in all mammals. They have what we call a recurrent laryngeal nerve. They have the vagus nerve that comes from the brain and goes all the way down, and somewhere along the neck, right, in all of us, the recurrent laryngeal splits off and then goes back up to the larynx. But when you're talking about a giraffe, their recurrent laryngeal nerve is 17 feet long, and that's the longest recurrent laryngeal nerve in the animal kingdom.
Male giraffes, they will lick a female's urine to determine if the pheromones are correct and if the female is receptive for breeding.
That is disgusting. Thank you so much. One thing that we love about giraffes is giraffes can live with females, related females, and their offspring, but giraffes could also live with unrelated males, just kicking it with the fellas all day long, all of their life. Nothing with reproducing and mating. They're not interested. They are just kicking it, necking each other, and fighting and all of that. That's probably my favorite fact about giraffes because I can relate to them there.
An important thing, so since they're so tall and they're so big and they have a lot of blood, when giraffes lean down to drink water, what prevents all that blood from rushing through their head when they bend down to drink water is that their jugular vein has valves that prevent that backflow up.
we will run some taxonomy because we love taxonomy. Giraffes are among the order Artiodactyla, which means that they put weight on 2 toes, and that can be divided into Tylopodia and then Centromontiacea. Centromontiacea can be divided into Catodontia and Ruminatia, which are our ruminants. We love ruminants, right? We've discussed it. Tessinodontia can be divided into Cetacea, which is our beloved whales. We love whales. That's fascinating. And then Hippopotamantia, which is our hippos. Probably. And then Ruminantia can be divided further into the families Tragulidae, which includes the chevrotain, which is the cutest animal I have seen in my entire life. I was blown away at how cute that animal is. The Cervidae, and then Bovidae, and then Giraffidae, which includes giraffes and okapis. I think we have come to an end of our great facts, and we are so grateful to be doing this Giraffe Head. Thank you so much to Marky for that great fact. We loved it. That was my favorite fact of the day. Thank you to Megan for filming this phenomenal video. Every single week she gets so much better. Thank you to Haley. Haley had great facts today. Haley was all up in the dissection, trying to free up that mandible. Great job, Haley. Thank you to Bryce. Bryce was hitting us with killer facts, honestly. Great job, Bryce. Thank you to the K-State Necropsy Lab for this phenomenal specimen. Thank you to Dr. Klingler for loading us up with facts. He loves the facts and he's great at the facts. Thank you to Susan for watching our videos. We love you, Susan. I know everything about tools because of you. Thank you to Dr. Malready, of course. We absolutely adore Dr. Malready. He's the best person of all time. One thing we learned about Dr. Malready, his favorite sport is cricket. That's amazing. That's an awesome sport. His favorite cricket player is Sachin Tendulkar. We love Sachin Tendulkar. That is all of K-State's favorite cricket player because that's Dr. Malready's favorite cricket player. Thank you so much to our whole class. We love the giraffe. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
On the wall, shovel chestnuts in my path. Just keep all nuts with the nuts so I don't get an aftermath. But if
Miss Fact Emergency, we are here with the phenomenal Janet Harrison, and she has a great fact.
So these little wart-like bumps up here are actually calcium deposits, and so as the giraffe ages, specifically male giraffes, they get these calcium deposits to be more club-like and helping them fight other males to win the attention of the women.
That is amazing. I love calcium deposits.